welcome back to Scram Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to be making a small ATV that I can use for just getting around in new worlds, or like when I join someone's world and I'm trying to find them, stuff like that. Just something small, simple, but not really simple. I say that because there's going to be blueprint editing involved. So this is also going to be a bit of a blueprint editing tutorial. So, before we begin, I need, if you are doing this along with me, what you need to do is, if you're on Windows, I don't know if this is available on Mac or whatever, but press your Windows key and run. Hopefully, I can, there we go. Okay, so you press your Windows key and run. This run window will come up. What you want to do is press %, app data, %, and then press enter. And this will open. You go to Axolot, make sure you're in roaming, app data roaming. Go to Axolot Games, Scrap Mechanic, user number, blueprints. And then go down here so it's all the pictures, as you can see here. So now, I'll go back to the game, and what I did so far is, actually I'll redo it. I put a block with an engine on it, so I could get the engine on its own. I put a block on top, and then I put a seat on it, but I want it over to this side. Like so. So now, I'm going to paint the engine. Paint it any color. And then I'm going to paint these black. This way, when we go into the blueprint, we can find it easier. We can know exactly what we're looking up for. So I'm just going to call this ATV. Now, what you want to do is go back into here. No, not yet, sorry. Go into your lift to the ATV. Make sure I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, go to the ATV. Rotate it in a way where you can see this part clearly. This corner. So I'm gonna go like that. Make new thumbnail. Now, you go into all of your blueprints and look at the pictures. You can see the pictures of them. This is the ATV because of the picture. And why I say make sure you can see at least that corner is so you know what it is from this view. It's a lot easier. So there we go. Then you open the blueprint. We don't need this window anymore. Don't need that window. So I am going to go... not yet. I'll just keep it like this. So this is what it'll open. Now, what you want to do is all and copy. So Control A and then Control C. I forgot to open the other thing I needed. And then you go here, the JSON pretty print. And then paste it. Print it. And then this puts it into multiple lines so you can actually see what you're, or find what you're trying to do. So I'm going to move this over here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Made that open so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so then you go all, so Control A, Control V, and there you go. Now, you take your color. We want to move the engine. So what we're looking for is the first pink. Copy the first pink, go back to the blueprint, and find it. Also, I'm using Notepad++. I'll put a link to everything down in the description. So now, we have the engine. We want to move it up 1 block. So we go down to Z, I believe. Change that to 2. Save it. Go back to the game. Just kind of stick that over there. Go back to the game. Now, if we go in, you can see I moved that the wrong way. So we go back to this. Change it to 4. And there we go. Now you can see it is where I wanted it to be. So if we spawn a new one, it is now in the right spot. I'm going to keep this, just in case. And there we go. So now if I move this block, it'll probably fall apart. Yep. So don't remove that block yet. Okay. So, now, I need to figure out where I want the wheels. The front end, I want the, I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to put a wood block here, remove that one. And then I'm going to bring this forward, like so. Then bring this forward. So, a slight issue is this is going to be quite wide. There's nothing we can really do to get around it without using mods. I'm doing my best not to use mods right now. I actually don't even have mods enabled. I'm going to make the chassis and whatnot black. Oh, we can paint the engine black now too. I do this so that I know what not to move, what to move, so on and so forth. So, I actually want to... we'll see how this turns out. Run a pipe down the middle, like so. Yeah, it's gonna end up kind of wide and short. So, what I'm going to do is this. Extend that a little bit, paint the bearings. This song sucks. Oh, you can't really. Alright, so basically all we need now is JSON pretty print and your Notepad++. So, crap. I can't do these how I usually do it, because I usually use modded pipes. I might make another version of this with mods, but whatever. So, anyways, I like to use modded pipes because then the wheels don't hit these when you turn. And you can reduce a couple bearings. So, oops, there and there as well. Haven't built without mods in so long. Black. This way. And then I'm only going to put one arm on the top. I'll explain why in a minute or so. So, now we put on the springs. The reason I'm only putting one arm on is so that we can jump on top. Do this so we can adjust the ride height a little bit. I think that is where I'm going to leave the length. So what I'm going to do is remove that, put this instead, bring it up. Actually, yeah. Thinking, because if I do this, do that. Oops, I forgot to paint those. Oops. Ah, crap. There goes all that. Okay. Up this time. And forwards. I'm just gonna go through this really quick. Almost back to where we were. Okay, let's not do that again. So, this comes forwards. This comes up. Like so. Put on these. And that. Weld it all together. One issue with not having mods is we don't have enough parts. Or the parts I like to use, I should say. So this isn't going to look amazing or anything. Oops. Give it a little bit more shape. Go like that. Make sure that's welded. There we go. A couple more bearings. And that is the front end, which I would kind of like to move forwards. Maybe one more block. We'll see in a second. Now, the rear suspension is going to be very simple. I can't believe I just did that again. Okay. So let's cut that off. Put that. So, and weld that back on. Okay, so now that I completely lost what I was doing, yes, like that. Put a bearing on the side, and we will go back. Here, I guess. And then go to the same width as the front, so that is there, and there. That pipe in, bearing, spring, bring this up. I'm just gonna put it on one side. Go. Close. Paint it. Sure it's welded. Put on those wheels. And it's too low. Okay. Throw a controller in it. I'm just gonna put it in the front. Attach it to these two. And that one. Now, we drop it all the way. That's not quite level, so what I'm going to do is bring some wood off of here, like so, and then like that. So, I'm going to move them all 15 to start with. Front needs to go more. Front can't go any more than 45. So, what I can do, or we can do, if you're building along, is reduce the rear, just to get it to ride a little bit more even. And then I'm going to power the rear wheels, steering on the front, just because. Power just the springs. Hopefully this doesn't have too much of a spring glitch. backwards. So, the front has a lot more travel than the back. I figured that was going to happen. I also figured this issue with the rear suspension was going to happen. So, what I'm going to do is put the same suspension as the front on the back. I'm just trying to keep it simple, but it doesn't seem to really want to work too well. So, I'm just going to cut all this off. Yes, suspension glitch. Wonderful. So once again, I'm going to go out like that. Actually, what I'm going to do is save that. Remove that. Put that in. Remove that. And put it on the back. Now, remove the wheel and the middle part, because we do not need the bearings. Just weld it. Unless you want all-wheel steering. But I do not want all-wheel steering. Connect this, just like the front. And to drop those down to 15, up those to 15. That one's the wrong way. Those are 3. Those are 3. So why is the front so much higher than the back? There we go. Okay. But now, I'm going to make it all-wheel drive. Also going to put steering on those to make it stronger. Now let's see how it does. It handles horribly. Stiffen the springs, I guess. Yeah, that worked a little bit. Or make it only rear-wheel drive, and it should handle much better. Not really. It could use a little bit of camber on the wheels, but whatever. So, there is the base of it. Unfortunately, it has suspension glitch. So if I go like that, it will stay level. The only way to fix that is to put a U-joint and whatnot on there, which I can kind of do. So, we go like this. Do the back at the same time. Put bearings on here. Paint them. Put these back on. Put these back on. There we go. No, I forgot. The wonders of working with blueprint-edited vehicles. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. No, I forgot to paint it again. There we go. Paint that black. All this back in. Oops. Weld it. Attach that again. Set it to 15. There we go. Now, suspension glitch shouldn't be nearly as bad. Nope, not quite as bad. The only way to completely remove it is to do that on the bottom too, but there's no room. Or is there? I'm gonna try something. So, take off the spring, that part of the arm, all the way around, and the bearing. We are going to put bearings there. I'm not a huge fan of adding more bearings because lag, but go like this. This song is really weird. Oh, right. Okay, what I was gonna do is put the spring on first. Bearing. T-pipe. Bearing. T. And a bearing here. And then that should connect to both, but I forgot to paint it. Forgot to paint it again. This is why I use invisible bearings now. I'm definitely going to end up making a modded version of this. So again, got spring, your T-piece, your bearing, your other T-piece, your other bearings. Go like that, put that on, should connect, wheels back on, and it worked perfectly. Had a feeling I needed another T-piece there, or another bearing. But why? Whatever. We will put another bearing there. Paint those black. Weld that back on to the rest of the arm. There we go. Now, spring glitch. No, no more spring glitch. Because now the spring can move in any direction it wants. For the most part. So, let's drive it. Need sway bars. Really need sway bars. But that's okay. Excuse me. We make it all-wheel drive instead. Steering back on there also. Oops. Yeah, now the back really squats. But it'll be much better off-road. It'll go up that, just needs a little bit of a run-up. Yep. However, it turns okay if you let off the throttle. It's good enough for just quickly getting around. Half hour already? Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to paint the entire thing black. Well, all the tubes and stuff black. because I want it to be mostly black, and then I can go through and change the color of the stuff that I don't want black. Okay. I want... red shocks. Coilovers. White wheels. I'm going to put lights on it. Like so. Super bright. On a switch. And then a couple on the back. I could put my signal module and stuff on this, but I don't think I'm gonna do that right now, because then I'll need a WS converter, AD converter. It should all fit, I'm just too lazy to do it. And there we go. And I forgot to weld it back together. Here we go. Yeah, this would be pretty much perfect for just driving around looking for stuff and whatnot. I'm going to remove all of these wooden blocks. Put in some pipe. Paint black. And then from here you could just do whatever. Delete this. My usual vehicle for looking around maps and finding people is this thing. I usually use this. This is my tiny truck thing I made. It's got straight axles front and back, lots of articulation. So if we take this, that is also a two-seater. This is only a one-seater. They are same width, and the same wheelbase. Actually, the wheelbase on the truck is off by like a block. Yeah, the truck's 1 block longer in wheelbase, 1 or 2 blocks. But yeah. If you want to actually start blueprint editing, Brent Batch has a tutorial somewhere on his channel. I couldn't find it last time I looked. But anyways, he has a tutorial on how to just move blocks around. So if you'd like to get into blueprint editing, check that out. If you want this, you have to make it. That is on my workshop. This you have to make. That is why I made this video. So you guys can copy it and make it. So yeah. I hope this helped with something along the way. Whether it's removing spring glitch or independent suspension or whatever. So, yeah. Anyways. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.